presentation tonight. We'll get to it in just a little bit. But I'd like to recognize our sheriff, Banks Henson, Commissioners Johnny Carswell, Randy Burns, Scott Mulvey, and we also have with us Joey Burleson, who is chief. Okay. All right. So we will go ahead. I'll call the meeting to order. We'll go ahead. We'll start with our invocation. George, would you lead us in prayer tonight?
Dear Father, we thank you for your many blessings. We thank you, Lord, for family, for friends. We thank you for each one here tonight, Lord, and we just pray, Lord, that our hearts know you. We thank you, Lord, for watching over and blessing us. We pray, Lord, that you'll bless us with this time with many more years and many great memories, Lord, and many things that we can do with friends and share with families. Thank you most of all for your son, Jesus. In thy name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. All right, Terry, would you lead us in the pledge? Everyone stand, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. Okay, number 3 is review and adoption of the agenda. Look over that, make a motion whenever you're ready.
I'll make the motion to adopt the agenda.
Okay.
On page 2, right in the middle of the page, it says council member street first hire now. So the person has not had to play catch up. I never said let's hire somebody right now. All they want to just get a job street there.
Okay.
So when it's ready, so we'll just need to correct that part.
All right, let's correct that in minutes. You want to make the motion as corrected?
I'll make that motion, corrected agenda.
All in favor? Thank you. Number 4, approval of the minutes from December 18th, 2023, regular meeting minutes. I hope you got a chance to look over those and make a motion whenever you're ready.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes, December 18th, 2023, regular meeting minutes.
Those are the minutes as corrected, is that right?
Yep, that's,
Yeah, that's
I'm
correct.
sorry.
Yeah.
that's good.
All right, I didn't catch that. Okay.
I never forget something.
All right, all in favor? Yeah, I'm gonna forget things, I'll tell you. Okay, number 5, public comment.
Rick Barnes.
Thank you all for letting me speak once again. The last time I was here, there were some complaints from the council about not having enough communication back and forth between EBYO and the council. And I just wanted to let you know that it's been over a year now since the Eastburg Youth Athletic Organization was offered $30 a day in rent, compared to the $50 a day that we're paying right now. We met with Logan, the town manager. He gave us that offer, and I asked him to reduce it in half to 25 for the youth of the community, and we never heard another word about it. Another issue that came out of that meeting, we got a letter saying that we have to have a COI for anybody that came to the gym to give us an estimate, which therefore we couldn't do it. No contractor is going to do a COI just to give an estimate. If there is one, let me know. The actuator has still not been paid for. How many people's hired a contract? If they give you a detailed receipt saying this costed this much, this costed this much, I've never received one. And the last thing I'd like to do is request a special meeting with EBYO and the town council to discuss our rent. I've been coming to these meetings over 2 years now, trying to get a reduction in rent. And that's why I'm here today too, to get a reduction in rent, to show that you actually care about the youth of the community. And I'd like to know beforehand if there is a special meeting, because after the last meeting I was at, apparently we were put on the agenda for the next meeting, and just to make us look bad because we weren't here. So that's uncalled for. Thank you.
That's all the public comments. Number 6, special presentation. Let me bring my glasses. Okay, Brand, come on up here. Now, I'm not gonna read this verbatim. I'm gonna take out the whereases and the therefores, but I wanna hit all the highlights because this is a big proclamation. We don't have this big a proclamation usually, but you have a long and distinguished career, and I just wanna thank the Iker Township Fire and Rescue. You mean so much to our community, and Brand, you mean so much to our community also. You have been to my house before, so I appreciate that very much. It wasn't a fire. Okay, Chief Lingerfeld has had a distinguished 46-year career with the fire department. He started his career in 1977 as a volunteer firefighter, recommended by George Hollowell and Ray Childers. Chief Lingerfeld completed the EMT class in 1980 and became a first responder in 1986. He worked for the City of Hickory Fire Department as an engineer from 1986 to 1990, in addition to being a volunteer here at Iker Township. He was appointed deputy chief in 1988 while serving as a volunteer, and was appointed chief in 1990 by the board of directors and served full-time chief for the next 33 years. Chief Lingerfeld worked for the fire department as a full-time employee for 14 years. For the only full-time employee for 14 years, he worked under 5 different board chairmen and served 6 Burke County fire marshals. Chief Lingerfeld's service included recruiting approximately 175 volunteers and writing and assisting with 8 firefighter grants totaling $419,000. Chief Lingerfeld led the expansion of Station 1 in 1997 and the building of Station 2 in Iker in 2022. Chief Lingerfeld's service extends beyond the fire department. He was president of the Burke County Firefighters Association and served Burke County EMS Quality Management Committee for 10 years. Chief Lingerfeld has had many accomplishments in his 33 years, oversaw 40,000 calls, and he's worked with, had a good working relationship with the firefighters, other fire chiefs, fire marshals, county commissioners, and the town of Hildebran. Most importantly, he's made lifelong friendships, including W.S. Perry, Carol Reed, Clinton Loman, who were like fathers to him, and George Hollowell was a very close friend. And many others were like family to him. Over his 46 years of service, Chief Lingerfeld displayed the highest example of character, ethics, morals, and unselfish service. So now I'm going to start reading it verbatim. Whereas, on behalf of the entire town council, I want to express our sincere appreciation to Brand for his loyalty to our community and wish him much happiness as he begins this exciting new chapter of his life. I, therefore, now, Wendell Hildebran, Mayor of Hildebran, and Hildebran Town Council do hereby proclaim Monday, January 22nd, 2024, as Chief Brand Lingerfeld Day in the town of Hildebran. And urge all citizens to join me in the town council in congratulating Chief Lingerfeld on an outstanding career and wishing him many continued years of happiness and good health. Proclaim this 22nd day of January 2024. Now he's going to give a 3-hour speech. Hang on,
Object.
after this. All right. We're gonna give you the key to the city. The town of Hildebran proudly bestows this key to the town upon Brand Lingerfeld in honor of your outstanding leadership and service as fire chief, 1990 to 2023.
Yes.
And if you'd like to say anything, go right ahead.
Well, I just echo a lot of what you said. I do appreciate your working relationships, how long we've had with the town of Hildebran through the years. But, the 33 years, we got along good with everybody. Sheriff's Department, EMS folks, rescue folks across the county. Everybody just worked good together. That's what it takes. Being able to provide good quality care and security, to our citizens means everything. And try to do it as economically as we can. So I do appreciate it.
We appreciate you very much. Okay, next thing we have is a public hearing for ZMA 2023-1 regarding rezoning requests from manufacturing to residential at 3266 US Highway 70 Southwest. So I officially open this public hearing.
My name's Diane Spiegel. I'm here on behalf of Caitlin Smith, the cost planner. She was double booked for tonight. So a little about what this motion is. It's a rezoning petition. It's for a 5-acre portion of a total of 23.53 acre parcel located at 3266 US Highway 70 Southwest. The whole parcel is in the general manufacturing zoning district. The 5-acre portion in question is located on the 70th and above this portion is prorated. Surrounding it is a mix of R10 and R20 and general manufacturing lots. The reason for rezoning is due to the owner's wish to sell the property to a buyer who intends to put a single-family home on this lot. It has been surveyed out from the whole, but is awaiting official registration upon approval of this rezoning request. Rezoning of this portion of the parcel to residential low-density R20 will enable a single-family home to be placed on the lot and will align the property with the surrounding zoning districts. The current owner of the parcel is Moose Holding Company. And I think we've got a couple aerial map and then a zoning map to show you what this parcel is. If you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer them as best as Caitlin explained to us.
I did want to say one thing. There is an error on the agenda. It's got ZMA 2023-1, and that should be 2024.
Okay, sorry I didn't catch that.
It was like that on our screen.
Anybody any questions? You've done such a good job presenting this. Is there any other public comment on this topic? Yes.
Yes, sir. I'd like to know, I live on 3rd Street. We have a really bad drainage problem. And between, I live at 405, between me and the Gilby. The water comes between our property and it all runs back over to this property that's going to be rezoned. I understand that 3rd Street is actually owned by the town and maintained by the town. Will they be anything done by for the drainage issues that gonna concern building these homes in this area?
It's only one home, one
We're
single.
talking about, what we're talking on your part.
The 5 acre property.
Yeah, I'm the one going.
Yeah, the 5 acres that they're asking to rezone is only for one single family house. The rest is not changing anything. That is not information that was given as far as the meeting that we had.
The dedicated right of way, you're into my property line, it looks like a whole new picture coming back in behind that property.
I tell you what, if you could contact our town manager, who'll be in on tomorrow. If you could contact him and we can talk about this.
Yeah, I would almost recommend having the planner, Caitlin Smith come in, as part of it. We would wanna talk about it. If you all don't wanna vote on it tonight, you wanna table it until the next month, you can do that. And then give me and Caitlin time to talk with you folks. If that's the direction the council wants to go.
Yeah, that wasn't something we thought out.
Yeah,
This is new to us, what you're presenting.
We didn't know it, yeah.
so because if it's a down vote, that gets dragged on. Well, that's good,
It's bad.
It's actually flooded back into the people across the street. And actually, when it rained last week, when it was really hard, I went out to make sure the ditches was clean in between me and my neighbors. I actually had dug them out by hand in between us. And I went out and I had a set of waders on, and I stepped up into the above my knees. All that water goes right back into that field.
That one draining me.
No,
All right, we'll let staff.
And then, will we have your name, sir, and your address?
Stephen Britton, 405 4th Street, Southwest.
So they're only gonna put one house
On that 5 acre plot.
We were told it was gonna be 5.
That was a 5 acre plot, it's gonna be, because it's really skinny at the one part.
Yeah,
and
that's where we live, in
flutes out,
between
yeah.
us and, in between us and that area.
Anybody else have anything on this topic? All right, hearing none, I'll go ahead and close this public hearing. We will go ahead and
Well, once you close it, you may wanna make an official vote to table it.
okay, yeah, going down to 8A, yeah, if y'all would like to make a motion to table this till.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to table this until next month's meeting.
Okay, all in favor? Thank you. Okay, 9B, consider approval of resolution opposing, wait a minute, I'm skipping something. I'm sorry, Eric. 9A, consider approval of facade grant application for property located at 521 US Highway 70 East. And planning board Logan have a comment.
Yeah, Caitlin could be here tonight. She's in Welford College with a planning board meeting. But first of all, I wanted to, since this is our first facade grant in some time, I figured it'd probably be a good idea to refresh kind of where we're at on it. Back in 2018, Hildebran was awarded $44,000 as a downtown revitalization grant from the North Carolina Department of Commerce. At the time, council chose to use those funds as for revitalization of buildings in the downtown district. And at the time, it was decided these grant funds help encourage renovations and facade improvements and to enhance the appearance of downtown buildings as well as promote commercial activity and occupancies. Businesses inside the established district, which this property is, are eligible to apply for a 50-50 matching grant and receive a grant of up to $5,000. Council may award 50% of costs over and above $5,000 on a $10,000 project on a case-by-case basis. So if that's something you want to discuss tonight, we can do that. But since the inception of the program in 2018, we've actually approved 2 facade grant applications, but we've only completed one, and that was with Chubby's at the food line. So, just kind of giving you some backstory on it. A few weeks back, Derek Quan submitted an application to our new planner, Caitlin Smith, for a mural at 521 US Highway 70 East. Derek's application and packet materials are part of attachment 9A, and you got me off now, I'll say this.
I know. I screw up at least once a month.
As part of attachment 9A in your agenda packet, part of that packet is an explanation of the work being done and requesting reimbursement for. He has 3 quotes. The program actually calls for at least 2, so we met that. Drawings of the improvements with color schemes, that's included in, I think there's 5 different designs. And then a photograph of the site, which is in it. So all of these applications are required for any facade grant application. And before we bring them to either the planning board or the council, staff has to ensure that their package is complete. So the planning board and, Diane, you tell me if I'm wrong here. The planning board reviewed the packet last week. The total amount for the project, it's quoted in here at 12, but process could increase to 15. Either way, whether it's 12 or 15, it would be over the $10,000 threshold. Needing specific approval for council to both pass it and raise the limit. The planning board recommended approval of the full price of the project. Given one of the reasons is we've only approved one since 2018. There are several mural variations in the packet to review, and then Derek is here to answer any questions you have.
Anyone have any questions?
So I will say that, in the packet, there are 2 pages of 2 pictures each, and then there's one of a blend picture. So from the time the application was submitted till the time of the planning board meeting, there was a little thought change into 1 mural or 2. So those 4 pictures, small ones, were blended into the 1 picture. And I'm hoping he brought some artwork to show us what, that's the blend of the 4 pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And for the additional mural, he was going to bring some artwork to show of that's one side. Yeah, those 4 together are morphed into that one. That's only one side of the building.
Oh, okay, I see.
That's proposed to be the side facing Food Lion, and we requested that he bring to this meeting some sort of concept art to demonstrate what the thought process is for the side mural facing the intersection. And that was the reason that the price went up to 15, because it went from 1 mural to 2.
So you're gonna have one on each?
Yeah, so,
Each end.
the thought process of it is, instead of just making it like a painting project, is, we got significant loan to finish that building up, just to make that corner pop. So we're coming down from CBS, you'll see this right here, which has the tower in the background, the railroad tracks. It's got Cardinal in there.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's named James Smith. He's done the murals downtown in Hickory. So we thought just instead of painting a boring, off-color building with everything you see standard in Hickory, why not make that building a walk-in billboard, since that's a corner piece? And I think it's time for that corner to have some TLC put on it. And I'm hoping that will enhance some other people I've been in conversation with to rehab, maybe that old water tower or 2 as well. So I'm in negotiation with that to help them. So I think once we do this, we'll see some, I think some positive growth from this side. To her point, we're going to do that other side. We're trying to figure out, and we're open to what we can put on this side facing this side of the street is what we want. So be tastefully done. How do we incorporate maybe some of the park and some of the scenery and just make it just very colorful and very pretty, so it's really bright.
And I may have personally delayed Derek on that one because I did inform him we probably want to get a bid for the park we can afford before we start painting a park on the mural that doesn't exist. So I may have slowed him down just a little bit on that one, but, again, we'll know sometime next month on that, but that may impact it.
Yeah, so we're getting ready to move several businesses in there, so, I think it's gonna be good for the town. It's gonna bring some growth, it's gonna bring some excitement. Very happy with one of the tenants and, yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see something really popping here too. So, we're in conversation with the coffee shop and the place and everything else, so we'll have that on the corner here for you. So, appreciate you considering it. Had comments on Bird. I think somebody said the Cardinals wasn't that elementary.
That's elementary school.
That's right.
Well, it's Royals now, but originally it was Cardinals.
So we're thinking about doing the, since you brought that up, maybe take that Cardinal pick, so that's a better pick right there. And maybe doing the royal blue underneath Bird, just kind of give some color. So that's the Cardinal and the royal blue.
Yeah.
We put the tower in the background because that's kind of the staple of what's doing this. Any questions? Thoughts?
I think it's gonna look great.
Concerns? Good. Well, thank you. Be patient with us. I think in 90 days, we'll be proud of that. Thank you.
So do you do a motion?
So it's a motion and vote.
Yeah, I'll make the motion to approve facade grant application for property located at 321 US Highway 70 East.
All right, all in favor?
Which amount? At the planning board recommendation amount?
Yes.
Yes.
Planning board recommendation, okay. Is that agreeable?
That would be the 12,000.
Up to 15. It would be 75 on up to 15. That was the planning board's recommendation. 15,000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it'd be half of the 15 up to. But now that he would only get reimbursed what is spent. So if he spends theoretically 11, he would get 55.
So what does that go include the second mural or?
Yes.
what is
Yes.
that?
I'll make that work. I'll make that happen. That includes-
Do you want to do 12 at 1, 15 at 2, conditional?
For the recommended amount, yes.
So,
So if he does 2, he's eligible for up to 15. If he does half of 15, if he does 1, he's eligible for up to half of 12. So
Right.
The mirror, both the mirrors are gonna be done at the same time, so they'll do one side and then they'll come over and do the other one within 7 to 10 days.
So 15 for 2 murals.
Yeah.
That's what you're approving.
Alice, does that motion work?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right. 9B.
Do we need to all vote? We need to vote.
Okay,
What are you doing,
everybody?
We tried.
Okay, all in favor? Thank you. Okay, see, I told you, that's two,
That's all right.
how many mistakes we had so far?
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay. 9B, consider approval of resolution opposing four-way stop sign and requesting a traffic signal at intersection of Main Avenue and South Center Street.
Make that motion right now.
I think a four-way stop would
That's
be
gonna
terrible.
be- I don't think we need no four-way stop
there.
Stop
lights, what we need.
Okay, so you make that motion. All right, all in favor?
What was the motion?
To
Yeah,
the
get a stop line
resolution.
instead of a four-way stop sign.
Amen.
All right.
Everybody sitting there doing this.
Nine C. Okay, 9C, consider approval of acknowledgement for the town committee volunteers. What's the feeling of the council?
I'll make a motion that we provide $25 gift certificates to volunteers.
So it's all the ones.
All the ones appointed by the council, yeah.
Okay, all right. All right, all in favor?
Show them no appreciation.
Thank you, okay.
And you do.
All right, 9D, facilities report, that is in your packet. Logan, you have any comment?
No, not this time.
9E, December tax report. That's in your packet. 9F, December deputy report. Any questions?
That's in your packet.
Yeah.
No, do you have any questions to see?
If there are no questions, we will go to 9G committee reports. The first committee is Technical Coordinating Committee.
Yes, so, attended the TCC last week. In the STIP program and then the Division 13 updates, there was a variance between, rehabilitation that has been delayed beginning at exit 93 and ending at exit 119 on I-40. It was about $4 million, so I didn't think it was gonna affect our exit 118 or 119 bridge projects. But I did want to check into it. It was a misprint. However, the other thing that came out of that is that the $4 million that's mentioned in it as a line item is not to do with the 119 or 118 project. The other idea is that they're gonna let those two projects as part of the same contract and try and work the schedules, whereas there's always an entrance and exit into town on one of the two exits, which was good news, and that's something we asked for. But other than that, nothing related to Hildebran.
Transportation Advisory Committee.
I did attend that meeting, but I don't have anything to add.
Okay. Western Piedmont Council Government Policy Board.
So going tomorrow.
Okay. Burke Economic Development.
So the big news out of BDI this month is that they have been working for 4 years to get a street approved by DOT into the Burke Business Park. And last month they finally got that approval. So not sure which street it is, but they're gonna have a street down through there, and I think that's gonna allow them to develop one of the pieces. We also, because it was announced that BDI got, I believe it was somewhere in the neighborhood of $32 to $35 million to help start some development, feasibility studies, and infrastructure for the mega site, the Burke mega site. We already have to sign a conflict of interest statement stating we had no interest in the property, and I was installed as secretary. So other than that, nothing related to Burke. Maybe a little time out of the office signing checks every once in a while, but as a backup, so no big deal.
Recreation and Tourism.
Got two reports.
Water Resource Committee. Vedic.
FedEx meeting is Thursday.
Okay.
I'll have a report next month.
Burke County Library Board of Trustees. We didn't have a quorum. So, Events Committee. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yes, we do. You want to start, Leslie?
I can. I think the first thing is for events for the upcoming year is the committee's kind of asked for some direction, advisement on maybe what the council would like to see before they begin planning, and that would be for the parade. Since the park project is scheduled for construction finishing July 4th of 2025, we also talked about tonight delaying the festival from, I can't remember if we left it at spring of 25 or not, but that would need to be pushed back to at least fall of 25 for spring of 26, figured fall of 25. So that was discussed tonight, so that'll be put off. But some direction on the parade, and then direction on, they asked about possibly doing an Easter egg hunt in March. And there's currently no funding for that, so they also wanted to know if there's any interest from council in that, and if so, at what funding level.
Well, I think the parade's went all good, so you think.
We got a lot of positive comments on the parade. From the community, they really like us having the stops. that gave everybody a chance to catch up. The only complaint we had that was the weather, of course, and they would like to have seen some bands, which we tried to get, but they wouldn't come because it might rain. The basketballs were a big hit. We've even got some people coming to the town and wanting to buy some of the extra ones, and I think, Logan, you said we donated some to different organizations and stuff.
The Halliburton School, they had 16 graduates this year, and so as part of their packet, they did get the Royal basketball newsletter, and then we donated some of the parade candy that we had left over.
And the committee wanted to thank Terry in particular for helping us transport people around and taking care of that. That was very, very, very helpful. The committee really appreciated that a lot. So we just need a direction on, are there any other special events that you want us to plan? The Easter egg hunt was just one example. Anything else you want us to do besides the parade?
You know, Easter egg can be done, I mean, what would that need to cover, how much money we talking about?
Whatever you give us, we'll spend.
Okay, what about this, who's gonna run it now? Volunteers again?
I guess we're the only thing you have right now. That's us.
Would 500 be acceptable, Karen?
I think that would be great. Up to 500.
What is 500 by?
For it.
We'll have to
Easter
have
eggs, maybe
Easter
get
eggs
a
and
couple
prizes
prizes.
and Easter eggs.
I think you could probably get at least 3 cartons of eggs for that. But I guess what I'm saying is for the 500, so we want to do some eggs, have it at the park, so there would be no overhead cost in terms of where to have it.
No.
Is it gonna be at the other park over here?
What about advertising? Is this something we want to put on Facebook and?
Put it on Facebook and put it in the paper. There's free sections in the paper.
They can get it advertised on the WSVN too.
Right, and the church, getting the church bulletin.
Town newsletter.
Yep, town newsletter, town newsletter.
Yeah, and we would have to make sure that's a good point. There's no current rentals up there.
Right, but we would have to plan it on the day when there's no rentals and stuff. Yeah, we'd have to coordinate it with your rentals. Now, that keeps up with that.
Along with the church too for additional parking.
Yeah, because the church has already said we could have the parking down there. We put a sign up that says, parking for the Easter egg hunt.
Right.
So we'd have to get a sign. That would be part of the money.
So you need a motion?
We need to, we would need to shut that road down from the church to the park, or? I'm asking, I don't know.
We have it in the past.
Okay, I didn't know a bunch of kids being, I don't know.
I'll make a motion to allocate $500 for the Easter egg hunt.
Okay, all in favor? All right, thank you.
So is there any other events besides the parade?
We need a vote on a budget amendment as well.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I'll make a motion to make a budget amendment to include the $500 for the Easter egg hunt.
All in favor? Thank you. Other business?
I want to bring something back up. Since last month, yes, we consulted on, won't get somebody in place right away, but basically what I was trying to do was get an applicant or get the description of what we're looking for. And when the council is ready to go out and hire, they can hand it straight off. I think the COG got hired out, let them, because they have such a wide base of people that they can advertise it. So my recommendation was, my thing last month was to just get the job description, let us look at it, see if we need to add or take anything away from it. And then when the council's ready for a person, then we can put them in. But at the same time, we're gonna have to start budgeting for this person this year in March, April, whenever we start doing our budget stuff. So we need to at least get this part behind and, just get the job description behind, then it'll just be a matter of Logan handing it off to COG. and getting them. I'm hoping, I don't know this, but if we get our contract from the architect, that's good, I think.
Should be next month.
He'll go ahead and bid it out, and it take 4 months to do it, we'll be ready to get back in there in September. I think somewhere around, depending on what, if we run into problems getting our material or getting a contractor or somebody, that's gonna add to it, but the physical work itself is not gonna take 3 or 4 months, I would think. So we could actually theoretically be back in there before, fall. So that's why I want to have this ready to go. If we don't, we're gonna lose, if we wait till July or August to do this, then we're gonna have to do the description and we'll look at it and then take it back and rewrite it, and redo it, and then bring it back to the council to approve. We've lost a month. Where it'd just be a matter of handing it off. But that's what my purpose was last month at the council meeting, so.
You're talking about getting it to the auditorium done, right?
Yeah, I'm talking
I
about.
don't think you're gonna have, I said the last time, I don't think we're gonna be able to hire anybody till we get all this park stuff done. We got money coming out, and it'll keep coming out. Or hiring somebody that says that auditorium done, I don't see them doing that. That's just my opinion, y'all gotta vote that.
Well, I think what he's asking is just.
I understand that, but they're talking about hiring one, sending the auditorium done.
That would be when the council decides, we'll sit down and say, all right, we're getting close, we're here on this.
Like I said, I just know every time we turn around, we're running into spending more money. We ain't got it now, so I would think we need to get the part done.
Well, and so just to comment on that is I think too, once we have the bid opening next month, I think we'll be a lot more aware of where we're at money wise. Because right now we've got the bids that were 1.9 to 2.1 just for the park. And I think this time next month, again, so for maybe some of the folks that didn't know is we are in the process of doing a town park. We did get grant funds of $290,000 from the North Carolina Parks and Recreation Trust Fund. We initially looked at that part just for the park itself. That was going to have a splash pad, amphitheater, walking track, pavilion, picnic pavilion, and then some playground equipment. We were looking at the neighborhood of $900,000 to maybe $1.1 million. When we bid that out in this construction market, those prices came in between 1.9 and 2.1 million. So that was our reaction. So what we've done is we went back because we still want to do it for the community, for the kids. We went back and kind of slimmed down some of those items. Where we're at with it, and I was going to give this as an update, but this is a good segue, is to the architecture firm, Talley & Smith Architecture, and West Consultants, the engineering firm. They went back, redesigned some of the items that, we asked to slim down, and then rework the bid package. Where they're at with it now is the contractors who have been on the list previously, they've gotten those bid packets. There will be a pre-bid meeting on February 1st at 3 p.m. in this room. And then on February 15th at 3 p.m., the bid opening will happen in this room. So I think, to Mike's point, we'll know a lot more about kind of the money coming in and going out. We'll have a better idea, number one, if we can even do the park, if it's within our budget, and then number two, at what price. So it may be something that you can look at. Maybe we bring the description back next month or in March and talk about it in conjunction with knowing how much you're spending on the park. At least,
the only point I was getting at, you get the description, I don't care about that. All I'm talking about is this park. If we keep going, it's gonna be just like cameras. It's gonna be all expensive, just keep popping up. I don't care if you have got a bid, you got a contract. There'll be more and more money going out. That's all I'm saying. I don't think we need to be hiring nobody till we get this stuff done.
Yeah, I'm not talking about hiring.
But I know.
Right now, I'm just talking about having a description ready. So
I just think get the description, I got no problem with that.
when the council decides, whatever time after we feel comfortable with our park situation and everything, the council will decide, well, let's start shopping, let's start looking there. But it won't happen until then.
I understand.
Let's get ready, we'll gain a month on our, what I'm talking about is we'll gain about a month, at least a month, if we have to come back and redo the city.
I'm just saying, I don't think we can.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay, that's fine. I got no problem, I'm just saying, I don't think we should hire nobody until we get the part done.
Well, yeah.
I'm ready to see something get going with that.
Okay.
All right. Is that all of that topic?
Yeah, I got no problem with saying, I don't think we ought to hire nobody.
Well, it would just be when you want to discuss the job description, that could be done during the budget retreat, as a budget retreat item. Because I do think that's gonna have some budget elements, do you go to part-time or full-time? Not now, but when you do want to do it, a year, 6 months, whenever it is, whenever council decides on it.
If you get one up earlier than that, I mean, for, like you said, for us to go over, take, go to the meeting, that'd be fine too. Whatever.
That's what it's saying, just get somebody and get a plan together for what you're looking for.
The description. And what we,
Description of it.
and we can bring the description back next month if you want and discuss it then. You may have more time during the budget retreat, but it's up to you all. It doesn't matter to us.
Either way.
All right, let's see. Does council want to set up a meeting with East First? Want to set a date? Or what's the feeling of the
For
council?
what? For what?
Oh, what he is requesting?
No.
I said we set a meeting up, I mean, it's been asked, let's just set a meeting up and we'll go forward with it.
All right. Well, I got a suggestion of a date.
Should we maybe have Lane call them and ask them? Or we just gonna set a date and then tell them when it is?
Well, I wanted everybody to have be able to agree on a date.
Are you gonna make it an agenda item at a meeting, or are you gonna have a separate meeting with the town manager, or?
Yeah, I think, instead of doing it during a meeting, I would say maybe 2 council members and myself sit down with them and maybe Jared. And meet with some of their folks to get kind of a sense of what they're really looking for. And then we can bring it back to the council as a whole. Does that sound okay, or would you rather, I think that would be a better idea than trying to go during the meeting.
Okay.
Do we maybe have 2 council members and 1 volunteer?
I'll go.
Okay,
No, I won't.
okay.
All right.
All
right. And then
We'll go ahead and set a date.
Do you all have
It
a
has
date?
to be a meeting for me.
Let's look at dates. So, are we thinking the next week or 2?
I think sooner the better.
Yeah, sooner the better.
So I will be out to the managers' winter conference next Thursday and Friday. The evening of the 31st. So possibly Monday or Tuesday next week, or looking at the week following that, 5th through the 9th. So February 5th through the 9th, or January 29th or 30th. Does any of those days work?
Whenever, just like you think you're the meeting.
5:30?
That'll work.
If you're gonna do it at that time, I prefer the 5th of the 9th, but I'll accommodate whatever you guys can do.
No, that's 6. We gotta pick up work.
The 6th?
No,
16.
Oh, 6,
Instead of
6 p.m. Well, does the 6th work? Tuesday?
6 on 6.
do we need a motion on that?
February 6th.
February 6th, 6 o'clock.
Is that,
Okay.
they're looking right now.
That's planning board meeting, Kyle.
That is the first Tuesday, so let's not do the 6th. Well, I mean, we could do it, yeah, we don't have to do it in this room, we could do it at the town hall in the meeting room. Conference room, yeah, sorry.
I don't know about y'all, we're not looking at bringing 12 people.
Well,
Yeah, it's just a couple of y'all, yeah. So I think if we have room for 6, 8 people around the table, we're golden.
Yeah, that's about what the whole thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or would it be better to do the planning board? to the conference room, and y'all have this room. There's more of y'all than are us.
I think I think we could if we need to. But I think as long as it's 6 to 8 vote, I mean, we got 4 of us and 2 to 4 of them.
We got 50-50 shot at our state council anyway, so.
I think if we need to move it in here, we could, yeah. February 6th at 6 p.m.
Maybe there might be something.
All right, is that okay with everybody? All right, thank you. Is there any other business we need to talk about? Are there any announcements? Y'all ready to adjourn?
Yes, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Ben, chomping at the bit. All in favor? This is for you. Well, whoever. If y'all want.